Dynamic Object Activation by Mrs. S. Anis Fatima, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Sri GVG Vishalakshi College for Women, Udumalpet. Contents: Introduction, when objects created, what is fault reference, activation protocols, conclusion. Introduction. Dynamic object activation is a special feature in Java RMI for object activation. It includes how an object created, how an object activate, what are the protocols are needed to activate the object. When objects are created, when a client requests a method invocation to the server-side remote object, the fault reference in the stub of the server is responsible for the method passing of the remote object. If the object is not there in the server to invoke methods needed for the clients, then the server will create own object. So the process of creating an object in the runtime, that is when only the client request, is called as dynamic object creation. The object will be created by using activation protocols. Fault reference. RMI is a lazy activator, that is, it doesn't create object until the client request. It performs lazy activation, so when the server creates the object will be in the passive state, that is null state. We can't able to pass any methods when the object in the null state. So in order to activate the passive object, we use activation protocol. The method of converting passive object into the active object is called as dynamic object activation. RMI implements lazy activation by using fault reference. As I already told, fault reference is in the stub of the object, and the fault block indicates the object is in the passive state. Activation protocols. The object will be activated by using these activation protocols. It includes fault reference, activation group, and the activator. So what is fault reference? Fault reference is the stub of the remote object containing identifiers and live references. It indicates whether the object is in the passive state or in the active state and send the object to the activation group. Activation group. The activation group that actives the passive object by using its identifiers and some live reference. So what is mean by live reference is the reference sent by the client to invoke an object and sends the object back to the activator. So activator that maintains the activation group. It has the key reference of the object, and it also manages the JVM and startup whenever necessary. It sends the active object back to the fault reference, and the fault reference passes the method in the object and get the output and pass it into the client side. So conclusion. So as a conclude, we see how the object is created and activated by using activation protocols in dynamic object activation. Thank you.